Hello everyone. So my name is Sally and back here on YouTube. So first of all, let me just talk about this. This is impressive. Really happy with that. On my past videos, I got 600 views total. So thank you all for that. It was on May 9, so it was a couple of weeks ago. Thank you for that, and also don't forget to already like and subscribe the channel. This is really important for me and for this channel. So please click like and subscribe. So let's go. 안녕하세요. 제 이름은 플래시입니다. So today we're going to talk about the Pimsleur method. I don't know if you've ever heard of it before. The Pimsleur method is a method to start learning Korean. So you're going to, not just Korean, we have several languages available, but mainly Korean that I'm taking the course for now. So before I started the course, I only took 2 lessons so far. But before I started the course, I had heard that it was good for conversation. There's a lot of repetition, so you start talking during class, and it can help you develop your conversational skills. So, as I said on the title, this is going to be a hot take kind of video. A hot take is like a quick first impression, especially because I only took the first 2 lessons. So, from what I got from it, it really makes you talk fast. So that's one thing that's true. But you also have certain things that you need to compensate outside. Like, it's good for talking, for basic, like you're going from nothing to a basic level of conversation. But you're just talking. There's not a lot of information in terms of grammar, and the vocabulary is limited just to get you to start talking fast. So let me just first show you the website for the Pimsleur method. Yeah. So here it is. So this is the Learn Korean tab, of course. So you can even have a free lesson online if you want to try it before you start actually investing your money in it. And it really focuses on speaking. Like, the entire page is talking about speaking. Start speaking Korean using the Pimsleur method, the Pimsleur app. So you can try the free lesson here, and you have the 3 levels. So it's supposed to be like basic, intermediate, and advanced, with a near native accent. So yeah, the accent is actually pretty accurate, the intonation, which is really important for Korean. I'm not fluent in any way. I'm still in the learning process, but it's surely like the accent is good, and it really explains the meaning of the phrase. So you know what you're talking, you know what you're saying during the class. It really focuses on details of the pronunciation, but it's really focused on pronunciation, on conversation, and not really on the details of the language, not writing, not understanding much of the sentence structure. It doesn't really indicate each single detail. Focus on conversation. So on the internet, if you see some of the reviews, they say that it's good if you're traveling, for like a short period of time, because you can start performing basic activities. So like going to a grocery store and getting some food, taking a bus, using transportation, going here and there. So like basic level of conversation, daily conversation. And so it really fits that. It really helps you with that. The lessons start with a dialogue, and then they start repeating certain words from the dialogue. So you start building your vocabulary so you can have a similar dialogue yourself. So it goes through each little detail, repeats a lot. So if they say they work on a word in the beginning of the lesson, in the middle they're gonna check if you still remember the word, and at the end they're still gonna check again if you still remember the word. That checking constantly forces you to remember and repeat the word, and that repetition really can help you fixate the pronunciation and the word in your head. But again, as I said, the grammar details are not really the grammar part is not really clear. So one of my main problems with it, I would say, is that, for example, Korean uses particles for almost every single word that you're gonna speak. So for a subject, there's gonna be a particle. For that, for object, there's gonna be a particle. Adjectives, there are two ways of using them. One with an adjective ending, one with a verb ending, and especially with the verbs, you have degrees of formality. So you don't just have formal and informal language. You have formal, more formal, even more formal, and then you have informal. And how you're going to use those levels of formality depends on who you're talking to. So during the audios, you're going to have a very simple one man, one woman conversation. You don't have the variations like a man with an older man, a woman with an older woman, or with a younger woman. And that really changes the language. It changes the vocabulary, changes the endings, especially with the verbs. You have endings that are more used in written language and endings that are more used in spoken language, and they kind of mix them up a little bit. So from one word to another, as they're making the repetitions, they might change the ending, but they don't really explain why. It's not really clear as they're doing it why they're changing the endings. So that's really something that caught my attention. What else? Yeah, so it might be just because I'm on the first unit. That might be it. I would need to finish at least the first unit because, as I said, there are 3 units. Each unit has, I don't know if it shows here. So there are 16 hours, so it's 32 units. Yeah, because you have half an hour for each lesson. So we have 16 hours of lessons for each unit. So I would need to finish at least level 1 to have a complete assessment. But as a hot take, as a first impression, this is what I have so far from the lessons. That there's a focus on talking, but not really explaining what you're saying. Another example of that, when they're talking about how you can say Korean language or English language, they say it with the ru particle at the end of the word. And they don't explain what the ru particle is, but the ru particle is an object particle. So it's not part of the word per se, it's part of the sentence. The word per se is like 한국어 or 영어. But then when they're repeating and they give you the answer, they say, oh, Korean language, 한국어를. American English language, 영어를. Which is not, the 를 is not part of the word, but they don't explain that part. So it's really, that's just another example of what I was talking about. It gives you a sense of understanding and a sense of confidence when talking, because you know the translation, so you know what you're talking, but you don't know how to adequate your talking to different people that you're going to talk to. So if you're going to travel to Korea and you end up going to one of the street markets and you talk to an older person, some of the endings that they teach are going to be great for an older person, but some of the endings are not, and it's not really clear the difference in endings during the classes. So I think for now that's it. It's a great investment if you're going to travel there for a short period of time. If you really want just to start talking, it's a good introduction to the language. So if after that you want to start using other materials to complement, like talk to me in Korean, or uh, or if you have a course available near you, not right now because the pandemic, but after everything is over, when we go back to school, if there's a place near you with classes, I would highly recommend, so you can start learning about these finer details of the language. But if you just want to start talking for now, use your time during this pandemic to kickstart your learning. This is a great material for that. And for now, that's my hot takes. That's it for the Pimsleur course. So please share on Facebook if you want to help me with Korean. There will be a future video, so please leave a like and subscribe, or leave a comment down below. Also, if you also want to share your experience with Pimsleur, if you have a different experience, maybe with another language. Right now, I'm trying to be a polyglot, so I know English and Portuguese, a little bit of Spanish, but I really want to learn Korean. So if you want to also share your experience down in the comments below, please do. And that's it. Thank you for your attention. Thank you for everyone that is watching. And until the next one. Bye-bye.